I think my boss doesn't like me.
Yeah, I think so too. He can be such a nerd. Just ignore him.
I've tried that, but it's not so easy. Actually, I've felt hopeless for the last few days.
Don't take it to heart. You can always quit. I think my boss doesn't like me.
I hear you. What makes you think he doesn't like you? What does he specifically do or doesn't do that makes you feel that way?
Well, in the hallways, he gives me an evil look, or he looks away, and he completely ignores me in meetings.
And how do you respond back? And how do you assert yourself in meetings?
I'm sure you guys noticed an obvious difference between the first and second conversation. That's why Sanja K is here with me. Sanja, you are an educator and someone who is very passionate about collaboration. So how can collaboration be beneficial to our professional lives, no matter our gender, age, or our vocation? Is it just another buzzword or what?
Well, collaboration, the way I see it, is rooted in collegial dialogue. And such dialogue empowers us to problem solve. It does not make us helpless victims. When we collaborate, we empower each other as we both contribute. Collaboration is not disturbed by hierarchy or ego. See, cooperative cultures are very weak, egoistic, and power hungry. And collaborative cultures are strong, powerful, and leadership capacity abundant.
You are also a wife and a mother. Both you and your husband have jobs. Both of you train triathlon, as well as your kids. Entire family is devoted to personal and professional growth, and each of you learn to play instruments. So, Sanja, do you have some superpowers, or do you come from another planet?
That's super funny. Actually, yes, I think we do have one superpower. And again, that's called collaboration. And we can all have this superpower if we decide to, because no one can do it all alone. That's why we do it all together.
Mm-hmm. And from my experience, from my perspective as a psychologist, I know that collaboration is a skill that we can learn. But from your perspective, do you think, is there any pocket guide that can help us train that skill?
Yes, through a very actionable and pragmatic set of steps that I teach, we can all learn how to collaborate. Then the world would look and feel much different. This is my favorite personal and professional development that I facilitate for the purpose of building collective leadership capacity.
There's no collaboration without constructive feedback. And I think it's worth mentioning that providing feedback is not about showing one another we are being right. Rather, it's about presenting multiple perspectives for another person to consider in order to improve his or her work.
That's correct, 100%.
But Sanja, what is the main ingredient for great feedback?
Well, no matter how great feedback is, it won't stick unless there's an emotional connection established. So every time we give feedback to someone, let's make sure that we demonstrate empathy and vulnerability ourselves first. Then let's acknowledge what we appreciate and value about someone to open their heart and mind.
Now that sets the ground for collaboration and growth.
And not only that, we know that 1 + 1 equals 3 when we collaborate. So what's your story? Do you have a collaboration story that you can share with us? Or challenge us and share a story or a problem that you think collaboration cannot solve? First 8 stories get to be featured in my podcast. Let us all learn from you and with you.